Hello everyone. In our tutorial today, we are going to continue working our VBA application that processes multiple files. So the last time actually worked on the prototype code in this module as we saw. So this was like a simple prototype, and we just need to move things into the real application into the user form in order to use it and make it accessible to users. So first thing, we're actually going to work on adding Word files. So if you double click this one, you will be able to add text. And I already made a draft for all the codes that we are going to use in our tutorial today. And I will keep a copy of this and a copy of the tool itself. So firstly, we need to select the files. So first we have this one, and just copy and paste it, and I will tell what each line does in our code. So first of all, we need the file dialog in order to select the file. And then after setting the file dialog to the type that we want to select, a folder that has all the files. And then we need to, for example, clear any filters, for example, and set our filter as document and docx. So only these file extensions should be processed. And then this is the initial path that we have in our application. So when you for the first time select a file, the initial place that opens, it should be the same path as active document, the document that has the tool inside. And after selecting that one, if you selected any folder or anything, and that folder actually has items inside, so all these files should be added to our list box. So before doing this, we need to make sure that this is our text box, and the naming is also correct. So we need to change this one because this is like a different one. And after doing this, let's test this one and see if it works or not. But before doing this, let's create some files that we can have them like in a separate folder. So first one is let's say like Word files, and we already have a document that we have here, which is this one. So I'm going to clear it, and we can actually drag this a little bit in order to make a space for the logo. And then I'll save this one, and I'll copy it to the files, and then I'll create multiple copies of it. Sorry. And here we go. We have a lot of files that we can test now, and we will know that if they like work it or not. But in order to, like, each time if you made a test and then you got, for example, replaced like all of them and you inserted the logo, so it will be actually so tedious in order to get back and remove all these logos again in order to make a new test. So in order to reduce time with this, so we will add them to an archive, which is, we will call this pro. And once we test them, next time we just actually extract it here and just replace it, all the files that we have in this folder with original file. So this is actually give us like speed in testing. So in our application, we have the Word files, we add the code, and let's test and see if the code is gonna work or not. Okay, that is annoying actually. Okay, now we can see that we have the file dialog, and it asks us to select only documents. And because we have actually a RAR file in this folder, we will not be able to see it because we have only this filter, documents only from this type. So this is necessary actually because, for example, if you have the tool, this tool actually in the same folder with the files, this will not allow getting the file because this is actually DOCM extension, so it won't show here and with this file, with these files, because we have the filter. So let's press OK and let's see. So we got them here actually, and I know that the font is too small, so but this actually can be changed, and we can work like on some additional part of our lessons on changing the user interface, making it more beautiful, because this is actually just a basic one. So after we go to our files here, now we need also to select our logo, which this one, it doesn't work. So let's get the code for this one. So this is for selecting logo, and we need to add it. So this is actually another file dialog to select the logo, but this time we will not be able to select multiple files. So we set the allow multiple select to false, so only one file could be selected, and we can actually use like in a format from these, so you can control actually the formats that you want. So we have actually this one is text for picture, so we need to change this one. And additionally, we have another field, which is this image. Actually, we need to fill it with our image. So before we do this, we need to make sure that we have in the picture size mode, we have here many modes like mode clip, mode stretch, and size mode zoom. So we need to make it a stretch, because if you just use clip, you will keep it with the same size and it would be like a distorted one. But if you use the stretch one, it will resize it and make it suitable for the box that we have here, and it will fit it. So we need also to add this part, because in my draft I didn't prepare it, but it is actually a pretty easy part. So let's check and see. First, like, we need to check the code. If it works fine, then we can proceed to the next step and adding the image in the box. So let's test it and see. So we need to select an image. So this is the logo actually, and we got its name here. So this means we can use actually this path to fill the image. So we need to load it, and in order to do this, we would say like we have our image box, and then we have to select the picture, and then we will load it. Sorry. And then we need to insert actually the file name of the selected file. So we will actually use same name, like this is the selected file. And then we will test if it works or not. So let's try again. Let's get the logo, and here we go. So we have actually got our logo inserted, and we have got our Word files also inserted. And then we need to work actually on the image length, width, and position. And because we already have this one in our prototype, we can see that we set like the height and width to 1.5. So you can actually make this one as a default option in your uh, application by adding something to the initialization of the form. So in order to do this, we need to like right click in a space in the form, and then here's, instead of user click, you use it as initialize. So just remove that click one, and it should be the initialize. So from the initialize, we are going to copy paste, and actually we have, should be 4 actually, like we have only 3 and R1, but this is because we have actually 2 box, so we can actually make 2 for this one. We can copy and paste it. So we can call, for example, instead of this is position, it should be like position. So first, for example, this is like length, and then we have like our left side and then top side. So the first box should be for the left pixels or left points, and then this is for the top points. So as if there is like a 0 here, this means that it is on the left side, and it is at the beginning of the page, so on the left side. Once you add any points to this one, is actually making it closer to the right side. And this one for the top, if it is 0, this means it is at the top of the page, because at the top of the page is 0. But if you are going to push it down, you need to add some points here. So for this one, we have this one is position. So instead of this, we will actually have this one as width, height, top, and left. So this is one is length, this is one is width, this is should be left, and the other one should be top. So this one is top, this one is left, and here we have length, and we have width as well. So let's try. We should see them if we run. And here we go. We have them actually, as we see, they are like pre-filled in our form. So we are now able to bring our logo, the files, and we have the pre-determined measures for our application. And now we can focus on the last part, which is adding this logo that we already selected to all the images on this list. So it is actually a pretty easy and straightforward, that you can actually choose to change it if you have your own project, if you have a special macro that you want to apply to your files. It is easy to be tweaked and to be used in that macro or project that you are willing to use.